tale of Prince Olawale and the cost of temptation. In the heart of the vast and storied kingdom of Akalabi, a prince named Olawale was known far and wide not just for his royal lineage but for his boundless wealth and charm. His father, King Adesola, had ruled Akalabi with wisdom and fairness, and the kingdom flourished under his reign. Olawale was destined to inherit all this prosperity, but his life took a different turn due to his insatiable desires and a series of ill-fated decisions. Prince Olawale was handsome, with an aura that attracted the gaze of many, and his charm was as deep as the river Niger. However, despite his position, he was not content with the life that awaited him. His heart, which should have been dedicated to the people of Akalabia and his duties as a future king, was consumed by an overwhelming passion for worldly pleasures and the allure of countless admirers. As he roamed through his kingdom, Olawale encountered a beautiful woman named Amara. She was a wanderer, a merchant's daughter with a reputation for beauty and enchantment. Her presence was like a spell, and Olawale found himself drawn to her irresistibly. She was clever and charming, knowing well the art of flattery, and soon, Olawale was spending lavishly on her, showering her with gifts, gold, and precious jewels. This newfound infatuation led Olawale to neglect his responsibilities. He spent less time in the royal court and more time in hidden rendezvous with Amara. The prince's duties were ignored, and the kingdom's affairs suffered. The people of Akalabia began to whisper among themselves, noticing the changes in their prince's behavior and the dwindling resources that had once been abundant. Despite the mounting whispers, Olawale remained blind to the consequences of his actions. His obsession with Amara led him to spend more than he could afford. The treasures of the kingdom, once a symbol of prosperity, were now depleting at an alarming rate. The prince's lavish lifestyle and the demands of maintaining his affair with Amara consumed more than half of the royal treasury. One day, the kingdom's advisors and elders, deeply concerned, approached King Adesola with the grim news of his son's actions. The old king was heartbroken and bewildered by the transformation of his once promising heir. The prosperity of Akalabia was being jeopardized by the prince's reckless spending, and the kingdom's future seemed uncertain. King Adesola decided to confront Olawale. He summoned his son to the royal palace and asked him to account for his expenditures and the state of the kingdom. Olawale, arrogant and dismissive, boasted of his love and the joy it brought him. He dismissed his father's concerns, believing that his feelings and pleasures were more important than the kingdom's welfare. In his anger and frustration, King Adesola decided that Olawale needed to experience the consequences of his choices. He stripped the prince of his wealth and cast him out of the palace, sending him into exile with nothing but a small pouch of coins and the clothes on his back. Olawale was forced to wander through the kingdom, facing the hardship and poverty that he had once shielded himself from. As he traveled, Olawale encountered the very people he had once ruled over with indifference. He saw the suffering and struggles of his people firsthand and realized the impact of his actions on their lives. His once admired charm and wealth were now meaningless in the face of adversity. He had to work for his food and seek help from those he had previously dismissed or ignored. Eventually, Olawale found himself at the edge of a small village, where a humble woman took pity on him and offered him shelter. She saw in him a broken man and took him in despite knowing his identity. Through hard work and reflection, Olawale began to understand the value of humility, responsibility, and genuine care for others. Years passed, and with time, Olawale transformed from a prince driven by vanity into a man humbled by life's harsh lessons. He eventually returned to Akalabia, not as a prince but as a learned and repentant soul. The kingdom, though scarred, was in the process of healing and rebuilding. Olawale worked tirelessly to restore what had been lost, showing true remorse and commitment to his people. King Adesola, now an old man, welcomed his son back not as a prince, but as a man who had learned the true meaning of leadership and responsibility. Olawale spent the rest of his life serving his people with dedication and wisdom, having learned that the cost of temptation and indulgence was far greater than the fleeting pleasures it brought. And so, the tale of Prince Olawale became a story told across the land, a reminder of the importance of responsibility and the perils of losing oneself in the pursuit of fleeting desires. The kingdom of Akalabia flourished once more, guided by a prince who had finally understood the value of true leadership. I hope we all learnt and enjoyed this topic. Stay in touch, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.